Hey, Jeff.
Evening.
For those of you who don't remember, Jeff's out of Las Vegas. He hasn't been with us in a couple of days, so their reintroduction's got to be made. Can you hear us, Jeff?
Tonight, kids are at their dad's place. So.
Can you hear us, Jeff? Alex is now restreaming. I just got the notification on that, so they're good. I had to do a blood test right before I went live because after I eat, every 2 hours after I eat, I got to check my blood sugar, and it was well within the parameters she defined. So actually, it was way lower than the parameters she defined. So I'm real happy about that. I have blood work next Wednesday, and then we'll see.
Do you have any blood left after all this?
I don't know. Well, the little finger stick, that's...
Oh, okay.
I've only had one issue with it. I don't really know what I did wrong on that one, but I did the blood stick, I tested it, and then I looked down and I got blood everywhere. That doggone thing's bleeding. I'm like, what in the world? It was almost like it hit an artery or a vein or something. But
I got to remember to schedule blood work for me and my wife next week sometime because we see the doctor 2 weeks from now. And here we happen to use Quest Labs, and they've stopped all walk-ins. The last time we went to try to do something, I just walked in like normal. I said, sorry. So I've got to schedule it. And the problem is, you do it online, you can only schedule one at a time. What I want is for both of us to go at the same time. And you schedule one, then you go back, and the spot right after that one's already taken.
Figures.
So yeah. I'm going to call them and see if I can schedule over the phone.
I wasn't expecting to be told I need lab work. I really wasn't. But I guess I got to start somewhere in process of elimination, figure things out. So.
Well, our stuff, I mean, once a year, our family doctor wants blood work for everything.
Yeah. Well, the VA's doing stupid stuff right now, in my opinion. The last 4 times I've been in, I've had to fill out my medications. And today I thought I'd be cute and go, no changes. They didn't see the humor in that.
Actually, we do that quite often. Our doctors all have them entered in a computer system when the nurse takes you in beforehand. And if there's any changes, what I do, though, I keep a list of all our medications in a file, a Word file on the computer. And whenever we have updates, I rename the file, including the date I'm doing it in the file name, and just save it. And the only one I go into the doctor's office, and they say, what's your meds? And I hand them the list.
Sure.
My wife has got a page full of them. I only have 3 or 4, but I mean, that includes stuff like vitamins, over-the-counter crap, all of that. Which
right.
Do.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick.
Rick.
Hello.
Hello.
Get your graphics card yet?
No.
Did you get it ordered yet? No.
Or did you just get a cable yet?
Hey, one question at a time.
Changing plans.
Uh-oh.
I'm decided I'm gonna get a different motherboard. I'm gonna send this one back, being that I've got about 3 weeks left before the warranty thing is done.
Right.
Policy.
Upgrade or downgrade on the motherboard?
I'm just gonna get one that takes this CPU.
Oh, you're celebrating that good sugar number, are we?
Oh, that's a good 130. So
136, fine.
Yeah, 136.
Snacks. I probably won't eat them. Well, I mean, kind of senseless. The numbers. She said anything after 2 hours of eating should be between 0 and 180. Below 180 was basically what it came down to, and I'm like, okay. And it was 136, and I 2 pieces of bread, 2 hamburgers, and then another whole piece of bread because I had her half a sandwich, so that equates to a whole piece, and that was right at 2 hours ago. So not too bad. There's a lot of carbs in that bread. So I'm happy with it. I don't quite understand what the blood work next week's going to show, for my legs, but they're the doctors, so we'll see.
Okay, Ken,
Wait.
I have an important question for you.
Oh, okay. Okay, everybody stop. It's an important question.
Who's my one viewer viewing my stream? You?
No, I haven't. No idea. I can go look.
Well, there's no
Thought
chat
maybe you
messages. There's no chat
Thought
messages.
maybe you thought
but
I was psychic or something.
How do you see somebody else's viewer?
It says
Wonderful
Let's see if there's
Wednesday.
something in chat.
It shows one person, but I don't know. Unless they say something in chat, I have no idea who it is.
Yeah,
No idea.
I figured you wouldn't know. I don't even know. It just says one.
It should pop up and say two pretty soon now. Yeah, I don't get two. I used to like, oh, good, I got a viewer, and then I realized I was the viewer, and then I think sometimes that doesn't work. So, I mean, it's good. Don't misunderstand me. I really like having people view, and I really like having people join us in Zoom. So, and then the hour and a half long doctor's visit wore me out, so I came home and took a nap. And I took her to work, and then came home and took another nap. That's all I've done all day is napped. So Tony says he is here. Yeah, I think Tony, he was asking who's in his rebroadcast. It does say one net watching now, but I don't know who it is unless they say something in chat. So if they say something, you'll know it, and you can be happy about it.
Did you ever do any Da Vinci Resolve stuff?
Nope. I slept. I went to the doctor. I slept. Took her to work. I slept. Watched you for about 10 minutes, cooked dinner, had dinner, came home and went on the couch and went, I could go to sleep, but I got to pick her up. But no, I did not. I've got some things that kind of going through my head, but no. When I do it, I'm going to restart the whole project.
I hit your magical 2-hour mark on my last stream.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Tony say we have a bomber. Oh no, I think he's meaning you have a bomber. So you just watch your stream. If they say something, you don't know who it is. Not everybody will chat in chat. So a lot of people watch that don't have a channel. I think that's the most dumbest rule there is you have to have a channel to say something in chat. So Rick, you said you're updating the board or just a different board?
Well, just getting a different board.
Okay. All the other components are remaining the same?
Yeah, everything's remaining the same. I just got to get a board that matches up with the i9.
Okay. And it has a HDMI built
Yeah.
in? Yeah. I can understand that. So, yeah, it's been a pretty lazy day for me today. I did manage to feed the chickens because I've developed a new way of feeding the chickens. I open the chicken coop gate. They run out to the concrete pad. I throw the food on the concrete pad. The chickens are fed. Should have thought about that years ago.
Do you have an area where there's just dirt or grass or something?
We have grass, but she thinks they have to eat off the concrete.
I would
now.
think that might be hard to peck the food on the concrete. I mean, I'm not a chicken, so I don't know.
There was a little bit left on there tonight, I noticed. So I don't know.
If you notice any of them with flat beaks on the end, you'll have to move away.
Well, I'll tell you what I have noticed is before when I was spreading it out, some of it would get on their feathers.
Yep.
And the chickens have no qualms eating the food off their feathers, which will, if they don't do it on the feathers, they do it on their head, they'll bleed their head. They'll put little marks on their head.
Oh, yeah. They will fight each other. I mean, if you get a sore on one of them, the others will pick on them.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the no pun intended, the pecking order.
Oh, I know. Well, I mean, that's what happened. I used to raise chickens when I was in high school. I was in 4-H for whatever that's worth. And if you get one of them that's got a sore or something, sometimes a whole bunch of other ones will just destroy that chicken.
Yeah, we've got one in quarantine right now because they keep attacking her, and I don't know why. So.
Yeah, they're funny about that sometimes.
Yeah, we're going to redo the whole
what
thing.
What kind do you have?
Yeah, okay, we have 4 white, 2 black and white, 4 red. So that's 4, 8, 6, and 9 brownish red. I don't know what breeds they are.
Okay. I used to raise white rocks.
She
They were
bite
white, obviously.
yeah, I don't know the name of them. That doesn't sound familiar. She buys them for their color. Oh, look, these are cute. Fine, you know,
Yeah, so.
as long as they lay eggs.
Had some interesting news from up the street here this morning. A lady that was 3 houses up from me said between 3 and 7 yesterday afternoon, right in the middle of daytime, while they were gone, somebody broke in their house and stole several $1,000s worth of stuff, including some guns.
Oh
And there
man,
were 2 big dogs in the house who ran and hid instead of defending the property. And smashed the hell out of the back door. I guess they somehow got over the gate, or the gate wasn't locked, and they went around the back.
wow.
That's kind of unusual in our neighborhood. I mean, we up around the corner, a couple of blocks away, one time there were 5 or 6 cop cars there, and it turns out somebody was just renting that property, and the cops caught a drug dealer living there. But usually, but we haven't had much about people just trying to break in your house.
That's pretty brazen to do it in broad daylight.
You know, I told the lady I hope the cops gave her better service than I got years ago. We had somebody break in our house in 2004 when we lived up near Summerlin Hospital. And they were trying to steal my fire safe. It was one of these big ones I bought at Costco. Well, I say medium sized, not a huge fire safe. And it was so heavy that they couldn't lift it. So they were flopping it over and over, trying to get it down the sidewalk. And the door popped open when they flopped it once.
Right.
And I asked the locksmith later, what the hell's going on? He said, it's a fire safe, dummy. And it's not supposed to be burglary resistant.
Right.
He said, I can open one of those in 30 seconds.
But if you had a fire, it would have protected the documents inside.
And you know what's funny? The thing popped open, and they got all my crap out of it. Then when I finally got there after the police were done doing the little they did, I retracted all the pins with the combination, put it back together, and still worked, quote.
Wow.
But the thing that irritated me, I had to fight with the officer to get him to fingerprint the safe. And one of my neighbors 3 houses up saw the car that was sitting in front of my house, and he wouldn't go interview her.
Huh.
It just really irritated the hell out of me.
Yeah, that would me too.
And but basically his story was, we file a simple police report, you say what was stolen, and you call your insurance company, we're done.
Yeah, they're not going to put much effort in it.
And the funny thing was, some of the stuff they got out there was for an account I had with my mother in Kansas. She had passed by that time, but I still had the account. It was in the little place I grew up, or near there. And I thought, well, it would be nice to have a little money in the bank out there when I go back to visit or whatever. And somebody cashed a check on that account after I had blocked it to pay their Nevada power bill out here.
Huh.
And the cops wouldn't investigate. They said, no, the bank made you whole. You have no standing to make us investigate. The bank refunded my money because I had blocked the account. It was the bank's mistake that they shouldn't have let the check go through.
Yeah.
So because that had happened, the police said only the bank has standing to ask us to investigate.
Yeah.
This is a bank in Kansas, and the check was for $70.
And they're not going to pursue that.
And it's not worth the labor cost for the bank to pursue it.
Yeah.
So even though they had an address of the jackasses that stole some of this or got their hands on it, wouldn't go investigate.
No, that doesn't surprise me.
Astounded me. But this lady said, my neighbor said, they fingerprinted every damn thing, and they went around collecting security footage. Maybe it was because there were guns involved. I don't know. So, But life in the big city, I guess.
I've always joked for a long time now that if you want the police to respond to anything, call 911. Seriously. And even then, I was told they may or may not respond promptly. So, can't lie about it, though.
Busy.
yeah, well, I mean, in this little,
Well,
we
the times
have,
I've called 911 here, I've gotten quick response from police, fire, ambulance, whoever. So,
yeah.
I
We've
mean,
got Eastern Illinois, Coles County, Charleston Police Department right here in this little town. There are, for a town of 18,000 people, we have way too much police force. But it's probably a good thing.
that's a nice sized town. I actually like when we lived in Tennessee, I lived in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and it was 20-some thousand people. And I like that size of town. That's a good sized place to live.
Alex cracked me up earlier tonight. Last night I went to go cook, and there wasn't anything thawed, so it ended up being a McDonald's night. Then he asked me what all we had here. He asked if we had a Burger King. We don't. We've got one McDonald's, one family-owned joint, Arby's, a Jimmy John's, a Taco Bell, a KFC, a Subway, one Vietnamese buffet, one up on the other end, on the north end, west end of town. I don't even know who runs it, and that's it. Oh, and there's a family-owned barbecue joint that is never open. Every time we go there,
it makes sense to me how you live in a town of 18,000 people, and there's no Burger King or no Wendy's or no Hardee's or
nope. Just a McDonald's. I'm going to give a shout out to Devil Dog. He's over here from Jeff Riddle's station, our channel. I'll keep calling the station. Good to see you, Devil Dog. Thank you for joining. Matthew Camp's in the chat room, Tony Wallow, and Wild Dragon. So I think I'm caught
when
up.
we lived back there, when we first moved there was hardly anything there. And then over the years, we added a lot of mostly fast food places. But I think we had all of those things, at least one of them. We had 2 McDonald's, 1 Wendy's, 1 Burger King, 1 Hardee's.
You would think a college town would have more.
what about In-N-Out? I know In-N-Out is a West Coast thing, or is that only
No, it's
California?
just In-N-Out is in maybe 3 states. California, Nevada, maybe Utah, one place. I'm not sure. I'd have to check the website.
Maybe Utah.
They're still a family-owned company, and they have no plans to go public and sell stock or whatever.
I've heard that. I've watched a video or two about their business and stuff. But it's one of the places, if I ever go out west, if I ever go out west, probably won't go to California. But if I ever get
real
out
quick,
west,
I've got this Zoom logo up. If you want to join us on Zoom, there's my email. Send me an email, and I'll send you the link. Dr. Rob joined us last night. That was really cool, really informative. I really enjoyed that, and it just made me realize how much I don't know.
Now, Alex, I tell you here, if I have my choice, I won't go to anybody but In-N-Out. Now, that being said, they do not have single layer quarter pounder or anything like that. These are smaller burgers, but they have good taste.
Yes.
And they do have a double.
Double. Yep.
The closest thing we have here to In-N-Out, I would say, is probably we have in Arkansas. There's an Arkansas family-owned based a place called David's Burgers. They probably have like 5 or 6 locations, but they're only in Arkansas because it's a family-owned thing. But the closest national thing we have to In-N-Out would probably be Five Guys, and we only have 2 of those in Little Rock.
You don't have any Whataburger in Arkansas?
There may be one out west or up north. I'm not sure. I think there's like one, but it's in Rogers, way up north.
What was that you were asking about, Ken?
Whataburger in Arkansas.
Whataburger in Arkansas.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was asking about that.
I don't think there's any in Nevada yet either.
But there's one thing we don't have. We stopped and ate at a Jack in the Box because it was across from the hotel we were staying at when we was in Nashville a decade ago. After I graduated high school, and that was the only time I a Jack in the Box. We don't have one of those here
We have
either.
Jack in the Box here, and it's okay, but it's nothing to write home about.
No,
now.
yeah, exactly. They've actually expanded into Indianapolis. I seen a couple in there, which surprised me.
Well,
Always
If I
thought they
get
would.
a coupon for Jack in the Box, I'll go.
Hey, Gary.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't miss them either, actually.
I think when we went to Texas, I've seen some, but we haven't eaten there since we went to the Creation Museum up in Kentucky and come back through Nashville and stopped at the Best Western, and it just happened to be the one restaurant right across from the hotel.
How's Gary tonight?
Tired.
I bet. How was day 4, or wait, day 3 back of work? Day is Wednesday. Yeah, day 3.
Wasn't bad, actually.
What?
I'd
So
just
Gary,
go-
so you head up a group that manages a big pot full of computers, I gather.
And operations, yeah. Yes. I started doing this at 20 years old after I graduated with my bachelor's degree. And then my master's at 22. And then Ford Motor Company paid for me to become something else.
You have a PhD?
You know,
Ford didn't pay for that then. Okay. How many guesses do I get?
you only need one more.
MBA?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they paid for the MBA because I got my job at Ford at 20.
Hard
They
to
paid-
afford to do something like that nowadays without some financial help. I couldn't go to graduate school nowadays. I mean, I got in on the GI Bill and an assistantship.
I said anybody goes to school nowadays, actually.
Well, we
mean,
do a
it's just-
pretty fair match.
I
So
remember
how much snow you got on the ground? Did it get any more?
None, no. No rain, no snow.
A little bit of luck, I'll get a video of some snow here because they're predicting snow for us Friday and Saturday.
I
got
saw
snow
that.
on Mount Charleston,
Oh yeah,
Lee
Yeah.
Canyon.
we went up there a couple times when it snowed, and it just, I don't know, it looked like ugly snow to me. I don't know
I've
why.
never been up there in all the years I've lived here.
Really?
Well, you need chains or snow tires and four-wheel drive a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got a truck with rear-wheel drive with no weight in the back
No,
or
yeah.
whatever. So
I've got one picture I would really like to find, and it's probably on that broken drive I have, that when we lived in California, we went up to the mountains, and there was 2 foot of snow on the ground, and I'm in a T-shirt, my shorts, and tennis shoes. Didn't bother me a bit. Lauren's got 5 coats on. She's like, I'm like, oh, please, it's not that bad.
if I get some of my stuff over on the new computer, I'll show you some pictures of snow at our old place. That was up in a little higher elevation than we are now.
Yeah.
And there was one December we had like 2 inches in our yard.
Nice.
So, and then some of the pictures have a blue tint to them. It was that Kodak camera I mentioned in one of our discussions that I bought it when I went to Best Buy the first December. I was out here and paid $1,000 for a 1.2 megapixel camera from Kodak back in the day.
Man.
And then something happened. I think my daughter dropped it or something, and I'm not sure what happened. But after that, all the pictures started looking blue tint.
Yeah. Alex is going to share a screen, it looks like.
I thought I was.
Well, it popped up that you were going
Try
to.
that again.
Looks like you're.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
That's it. The wiring on your truck?
Yeah, it is.
No, I know what it is. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh, the daily.
Soft boiling, to wash one pot.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's a fancy looking microphone there, Alex. What's that?
A blue
Blue Yeti.
Yeti.
A what?
A blue Yeti.
A blue Yeti, I thought that was a Sasquatch. A Yeti was a Sasquatch or something.
Yeah,
All right.
kind of looks like a rocket ship from that angle. You need to go up into. Oh no, trying to start his virtual camera.
Yeah. I've got to play around a little bit. This Logitech C920 has a microphone in it, but I haven't figured out how to switch over yet. The other thing I've got to do, this new build has got Bluetooth in it as well. So if I
And
can
probably
get a couple of
Wi-Fi.
cheap speakers.
Yeah. So what are you trying to show us now, Alex? It looks just like a old movie screen. Is the B-reel about to start?
Well, I'm just trying to turn my light on.
You don't have the Alexis light system that Doug has?
No, this is just a USB LED light here. See?
All right.
Pretty bright light.
That's my microphone.
All right. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, they were popular a few years back.
Yeah, they still.
Yeah, your wiring skills, your cable management there does need some work.
Yeah, that's
What kind of a keyboard you got there too? Is that a mechanical keyboard?
It is. And you see these microphones have got hardware input gain adjustment and a whole bunch of different settings for you to switch it to. So.
Oh, that's just what I need. Get a microphone that I'm going to have to make adjustments to. I struggle with what I have now. So I do kind of like the colors on that. Do they change colors when you type, or they stay pretty much the same?
No, I can set it. It can be set to do that. I've got it set in what they call office mode, so it will stay the same. And also this little knob here, when it's set the way I've got it, the keyboard, the little radio-looking knob,
Right.
controls the volume. You turn it just like you do your volume knob in your car. And press it down to mute it. And these buttons here are for play, pause, and rewind and fast forward.
I didn't know Blue Yetis came in silver.
Yeah, this is a fancier version of the one they've got at school. The Blue Yeti has a little brother called the Yeti Nano. That's the smaller version that they got at college for all their setups.
Okay.
But my keyboard is a Lane 2, so mechanical keyboard. So if you just want to look that up on Amazon, I'm sure you can find it. It's about $40. But it's completely metal, aluminum.
Nice.
I think mine is something like, I've got a Logitech mechanical keyboard with this new build. I had a couple other keyboards, but they were really pretty poor. And I like the mechanical switches. This is a Logitech. I'd have to look at the box, tell you what model. I bought a Logitech wired gaming mouse. Not because I'm going to do the gaming, but I'm really happy with both of them.
I'll share my screen and show you something I learned tonight. I'll go with this one. I'm not sure where this will actually show up. There shouldn't be any sound, but I'll share the sound. So you should be seeing just a blue screen.
Yeah.
All right, so if I come down here to settings, it did pop up here. Whoa, got lucky. So you go to personalization.
Yeah.
And then
Is this
go to
where
lock
we get
screen.
to the dancing girls?
No, this is where you get, if you don't watch what you're doing and click on the thing on startup, when it does start up, it'll go to Microsoft Bing to whatever it was you clicked on. I will do a live stream tomorrow on it, but then you go from here, lock screen, go background, go to picture, and then the get fun facts, tips, more from Windows and Cortana on your lock screen. You turn that off right here. So
Hey,
if you
Ken?
watch... Yes, sir.
I can show you if you want how to do how to do it the IT department way, and since you got Windows 10 Pro, I can show you. It's you can disable all that using group policy. So you won't
That's way out of my.
you
that's,
won't accidentally you won't accidentally re-enable it. There
No,
is one
this-
setting. There is one setting I do recommend everybody set on their computers in group policy. If you've got Windows 10 Pro, and that is option to notify to download Windows updates. So my computer won't automatically download Windows updates, and therefore it won't auto restart on me in the middle of me doing something.
Yeah, I'm good with what it is. How Winter Mute sent me a replied on my video on it, and I'm in here looking for it, and I said I couldn't find it. Well, then he saw that. He goes, you have to go to picture and disable it right there. That'll work for me. I don't anything that group policy, the registry. No, I'm good.
Group policy,
It'll work.
you can pretty much change anything in the group policy you want, because all you've got is not configured, enabled, or disabled. And then if you mess it up, all you got to do is change it back to not configured. It's not like it's a whole lot easier than messing around in the registry.
Yeah, that's again way above me, and I'm good with how it is. So I'm doing some cleanup work here. It looks like that person's
I like
gone.
that Windows Spotlight. That's what I'm using for.
Yeah, well, when it fired up, hey, it's my video. I can show it, right? No law against that, is there? Give me a second here. Get
And
this
I
set
Googled
up.
around. I found out where those pictures are stored.
Yeah, they're in the web folder.
So if you copy them and rename them to JPEGs, then you can save them wherever you want.
Yeah, but
If you
the
like looking at that sort of thing.
Pre-installed,
What
you
am I
can't
hearing?
delete or move.
What's that, Greg?
The pre-installed images in the web folder,
Mm-hmm.
you can't move or delete.
Well, these Spotlight things are stored in a special location called the asset. I don't have it set up on here on my new build yet. I've got it set up on the old one, so I can just click the folder and grab them, and they rotate in and out. The Spotlight stuff does. And I have sort of trained it only to show the kind of stuff I like, which is mostly landscapes and that.
Found it. Took me a minute. Let me reshare this. Couldn't remember where it was at. Wrong button. And I'll just move it over. So I'm gonna get rid of that. You should be seeing a blue screen.
Yep.
And hopefully I can grab this right here, bring it over. Oh wow! I brought over a single tab. Didn't know you could do that.
Yes, you can do that. Or
Well, I just found that out. That's
share a
pretty cool.
certain. You can share a certain window or share a certain tab in Chrome.
So you see that right there?
Yep.
Microsoft Bing, and it was French. What had happened was my keyboard quit working, so I was trying to use my mouse, and I did a follow-up one on it today, where if you click on that thing, have you ever wondered what? And you click on that, and when you put in your passcode and it brings it up, it goes straight to this. I momentarily thought I had been hacked, but I clearly wasn't. So big shout out to Wintermute for pointing that out. I appreciate it. And now that I've disabled it, I'll play around with it later, and I should be good to go. I can close that, and we're back to a blue screen. Let me stop sharing and bring Zoom back. Anybody got anything on their mind? Gary?
No, not much today.
Greg?
The only thing I do is go outside and check the mail and throw it in the trash can.
I've been checking the mail because I'm expecting some meds in, and they promised me they'd be overnighted yesterday. They didn't get here yet.
You know, the kids wait on, at Christmas time, the kids wait on Santa on Christmas Eve. Well,
Yep.
when I order something, as soon as I hit that place order button, I I'm like that, but with the Amazon guy and the UPS guy.
Yeah, I don't normally check it, but I need the medication that I'm supposed to get. And I
If
reiterated to
If
her today
Amazon
that,
says they're going to send me something, and it's going to take them, it's going to take them 2 days to send it to me, and they give, I'm looking at it. I'll always go in, I always check, they hit the track package button, and if I hit the track package button and it comes, Amazon has started coming, it'll come up with a map if they're within 10 stops of you, so you can tell exactly where the driver's at.
oh, nice. I didn't know that.
I
Today's
try
the
to watch
5th.
it just because I've had stuff stolen before, not at this current address we're at, but when we lived at our other house, we had stuff stolen from the front. Porch
Yeah,
pirate.
so hopefully
We've never
tomorrow I'm
had
going to get
stuff
2 things
stolen,
of
but we've got
meds.
security cameras, so we can. So if something does get stolen, we can review the footage and save it to our phones and give it to the police or something.
And hopefully you'll get a little bit of results from that, but I wouldn't count on it.
The only time I've had
Don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but that's
Well, my experience with that has not been good either.
well, we've not had that experience. The only time I've had to really use the security cameras or really pay attention to them is when my dad had to take our other dog and put him down. I took the video. The cameras record on motion, so I took it got the video of him carrying him out for the last time, and I took the video, and recorded it to my tablet and put it up on YouTube as a private video, so
right.
I won't lose it. But that's the only time I really paid attention to the.
I think one of the coolest videos I had from our doorbell ring, whatever it was called, in Vegas was it kept going off and it would alert your phone and whatnot, and I go out there and nothing was there. Well, then I started watching what was going on, and it was a moth
Yes.
was flying up to the lens, and it was setting it off.
That doesn't happen to ours all the time, but it has happened, and like anything will set our cameras off unless we go in there and turn the sensitivity down if we have it done. So when my dad's out there working or when my mom's sitting out on the front porch, they've got into the habit of putting a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper or a cap over the hat over the camera so it won't trigger.
Yeah, I checked the meds last night about right
because if
before
I go
went
in,
live,
you can go into the settings and turn it off, but if I go into the settings and turn it off, there's a high likelihood that I may forget about it.
Sure.
And not
So I
turn it
checked
back on.
I checked the
Okay,
mail
are
about
the meds
10:30.
coming by UPS or postal service?
Postal.
That's how ours come, and I'm glad they do that. They end up in our locked mailbox.
Yeah, ours just get put in there. So anyway, I opened the door, checked the mail, nothing there. I thought, I'm just going to press the doorbell just to see what the reaction was. So I hit the doorbell, and it made the chime, and I told Lauren, oh, look, someone's at the door. Now, bear in mind, I'm standing at the front door, holding the door open, pressing the doorbell. She goes, I wonder who it is. Oh,
That's what you don't do at our house, because that's one of the things when you press the doorbell at our house on the front door, it makes the dogs go crazy.
Yeah, I don't have any dogs, so.
Well, my doorbell isn't working, and it worked for a while, and it's quit, and I'm not sure what's wrong with it. I was thinking about getting a Ring doorbell, but it's not on the same wall or same flat area as the door. It's on the side. So if I stuck up a Ring, it's not going to really show who's coming down the sidewalk or whatever. And I'm still playing around in my mind trying to figure out how to do that. If I get the other thing debugged, I can just wire the Ring into the other system and draw the power from there.
Yeah.
Instead of having to change batteries all the time.
I was blown away and amazed at how far that one could see. We moved our mailbox, and I could see clear out to the street and up the sidewalk just as clear as what we are right here. Because we tested it. We went out there and walked around and tested it. About 10 feet off of the sidewalk into the street, that's when it started getting blurry. But
But the way mine would be, I would be looking at the opposite wall on the other side of the door.
We've got our cameras, you know, our doorbell and camera, and I can see across the street to the school parking lot, and then the one under the carport, you can see cars driving by on the street, and the next door neighbor's house. That's about it.
no, they're pretty neat. I think the stuff I bought for my knee is starting to work.
But it's a shame that they just got finished running hardwired security cameras with the DVR system and all that at church, and it's a shame because the security cameras we have that I hate with a passion because of the company, the way they were installed, and the way they were sold to us from one of those door-to-door salesmen. The one good thing about them is the security cameras we have are a whole lot better quality, than the security cameras they have at church. And it's a shame because our church members, it took one guy ran all the cables up through the ceiling and all that, and I'm sure that was a lot of work.
Where'd you get your cameras for the church?
I don't have any idea. They were purchased several years ago, put in a closet, and never hooked up. The guy that got them has since moved, and because he moved, he's a member of another church, and we finally got him hooked up, and when we had that vandalism, he was able to show the footage on the projector screen. He probably had recorded a video because it's one of those DVR systems that has its own monitor hookup. So you hook up a monitor directly to the DVR system. He probably took his phone, recorded a video, and transferred that video from his phone to the computer. That's how he was able to show us the.
Is that the one you showed us earlier in the year?
Yes.
Okay. Thought maybe it was.
He showed us that he got on. He was showing us that he got on camera that he was able to see who did it, and it ended up being an 8 and 10-year-old kid, and there's really ain't much you can do when it comes to that kind of when it's kids that age.
Yeah,
What they did is they broke into the little storage shed. You used our spray paint and ended up breaking the switch in one of the outlets, like the light switch in one of the outlets or something like that. So they had to repair, get a whole new box and all new receptacles and whatever. I don't know what all they did, but it's all taken care of now.
They ought to be able to do something. That's an adult in most states.
They should have been able to go to their parents and had the parents do something.
But because we're a church, the church really doesn't want to do anything to run the kids' lives or anything like that. So I mean,
they're not going to ruin their lives. You're going to teach them some responsibility. How would it ruin their lives? Go ahead, Gary. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but no, the parents should be paying. Not the well.
From the financial aspect, sure, but the children should be taught something from either the church or their parents.
There's nothing to pay. There's nothing to pay because it's already been all cleaned off and all fixed.
It didn't get fixed for free.
Yes, nobody fixed it for free. The insurance probably paid for it, and that's always good to have insurance.
We had talked about it, and I think they had discussed not to for insurance or something. I really don't remember. Because it's been a while ago now.
It all depends upon what motivated them too. I mean, if you get somebody that age that's on drugs or something like that, I mean, when you get kids on drugs, everything sort of goes out the window.
True.
Unfortunately, I have some familiarity with some of that. I won't
Well,
go into
we've
all
got-
the details, but they just lose control of that themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
The reason why
Crazy stuff.
it happened is because right next door to our church is a trailer park, and a lot of those kids in that trailer park are being raised by grandma or grandpa or raising themselves because the parents don't care. And so we get a lot of kids from over there on Wednesday night, and like a lot of them, that's the only really good interaction they have with anybody. One night a week.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, if the church would have intervened and done something with you said they were 8 and 10.
Something like that.
Oh, I thought I said 18.
I said 8 and 10.
8
Yeah.
and 10. Okay, yeah.
No, that's when the parents need to be involved.
Right, and if the parents don't want to be involved, maybe a youth pastor or someone.
Well,
from the church
preacher got a
rescue.
hold of somebody. Told us he got a hold of somebody's mom or something, and was like, and the mom was like, "Oh no, my kid would never do anything like that." But I'll be sure to make sure that he knows what he did was wrong and all that sort of
Sure,
thing.
they will. I think that's a mom thing though, because
Yeah.
my ex-wife, my son could literally shoot someone in front of her, and she would say, "My Joshua didn't shoot nobody. He fired the gun, and that guy ran over in front of the bullet." I've never seen so much defense of things in my life.
I heard on the news 3 or 4 months ago that if the value is under $1,500, they don't recommend that you call your insurance company. 'Cause
Really?
it'll raise your rate.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Sure.
I can tell you what, we had a big claim because we had a fire in our garage. And the insurance, and although there wasn't a lot of structural damage to the rest of the house, we had smoke and water damage. And by the time was all said and done, taking furniture out, having clothes cleaned on it, the insurance company paid $250,000.
Whoa!
And I mean, that's the kind of thing you file on. But then while the house was being repaired, somebody broke into my storage shed in the back and stole a bunch of tools. And they advised me not to file another claim. Of course, I had a high deductible. But it's just, and the insurance company I've got now, basically, I've talked to them about, I had some other minor stuff stolen not long ago from outside. And unless it's a big claim, it's not worth filing. You're better off not to file because you'll pay more and increase premiums.
Yeah.
I mean, insurance is to cover those things that you can't afford to eat, basically yourself,
True.
the cost of.
True.
And I mean, it's a sad thing, but that's kind of the way it is. And after we had the fire and they paid out all that money, and then my daughter had a couple of car accidents in a car that I owned, and they came to me, and my agent called me and said, "I'm giving you a heads up, the company is not going to renew you next year. They're not throwing you out now, but they are not going to renew you for your auto, your home, and your umbrella policy."
Really? Everything.
Everything. And I had a hell of a time finding new insurance. I belong to AARP and they wouldn't touch me. I went to USAA, being a veteran, and they wouldn't touch me. And I was almost at my wit's end because if I couldn't get homeowners insurance, you lose your insurance on your house and the bank will call the mortgage. And I just happened to walk into an insurance agent's office down near where we shop for groceries. Went to Farmers Insurance and talked to them about what had happened. And they wrote me new policies for everything that cost me less than I'd been paying before. So I felt lucky on that one.
Who did you have for your car before?
State Farm.
Well, that's
I
not
had
good.
been with
That's who I
State
have
Farm
now.
from the time I was 14 on my dad's policy until I was 71. And they wouldn't cut me any slack. And the agent said she gave me a heads up because she was a good agent. But all these companies now, they have a computer model that assesses risk, and their computer model said that our family was a poor risk, and sayonara, you know.
Besides that, I've also heard that they're all together on what your last problems were too. Like your fire. They knew
So was
about
that
the
your
fire.
only claim? Was the fire?
Well, my daughter had 2 car accidents within a period of, I don't know, a year and a half. Plus, I had even filed a claim on my truck because somebody threw a rock and cracked my windshield. And I mean, that's out of my control. I mean, you have
Sure.
construction out here on the roads, gravel trucks throw up rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
And they got on me like I should have prevented it. And I said, what the hell am I supposed to do?
Oh, you should have reached out the window and swatted it away.
Yep. Apparently. But if you have a certain number of claims within a certain length of time, it's just some of these companies, their computer will spit it out and say, now I could have kept my truck insurance because I'd been with them so long without any claims prior to that. The one my daughter had in my truck, I was guaranteed renewable, but they doubled my premium.
Oh, wow.
And so it was just, and if you want to have an umbrella policy, which covers you if your homeowner's liability and your vehicle stuff runs out of money, you generally need to be with the same company for all your policies. And so I just happened to get lucky, found somebody that would take me, but I was actually thinking, damn, I'm going to either have to pay off my mortgage somehow or sell the house or whatever, you know. You have to keep homeowners insurance on a house when you have a mortgage. I mean, it's just required. That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
Hey Ken,
Yes, sir.
let's go over what we talked about earlier. About
Sure.
about
What did we
YouTube.
talk about earlier?
About the YouTube.
Oh,
and me not
YouTube.
me not being able to live stream from my tablet or my phone.
Right.
How we get support, finding an email or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I remember how to do that.
Yeah,
Give me a
be
minute.
right back, guys. I got to get a refill on the coffee.
Give me a second to set this up. So it might take me a second to get here. Did we go into the studio or through my channel? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I think through
Well, I'm
my
asking because
channel.
I don't remember either. I just go through the studio and see what happens. So you guys, oh wait a minute, you guys are seeing the live stream, huh? Let me share the wrong screen and try it again. Sharing of the screen, part 2, take 2, and go. Damn it, it's the same thing. Oops, sorry, family channel. There we go. Maybe that looks right. Are you guys seeing the studio channel dashboard?
Yep.
Yes.
Man. All right. So if I remember correctly, what we did was we scrolled
Where's
down.
your coffee cup, baby?
It's right here, baby, and we're on live YouTube. This is a family channel, baby.
Where's your cup?
On the shelf, baby. Anyway, we scrolled down over here, and maybe we didn't scroll down over there because that's not going very far. I thought for sure we did this in here, Alex.
You did I thought you did under help and support or help or something.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing that. I can't scroll anywhere because
Just
it's
go to
not-
help.google.com.
Well, that's not how we did it, though. I want to kind of do it the same way we did it. Let's try it this way. Here we go. So we went to help, I think.
Yeah, that's how it was. We went to help, and then you went over there, and you.
Yeah, where's that popping up at? Because it's sure not.
Behind our thumbnails.
Oh, yeah.
Right side, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Put this over here. And then we typed in something
Still
in
can't see
here.
it.
And your screen sharing and no flickering on my monitor, so
That's
I
weird.
definitely think what I did fixed it.
You are or are not flickering.
I am not flickering.
Oh, okay, good.
Alex,
Yes.
when do you have your interview?
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yes.
I
Why?
thought it was today. No, good luck. I thought it was today. I wondered how
Well,
it went.
it's, I wish it was, but it's next week, which is kind of good because I kind of wanted because we've already had appointments or whatever, scheduled for Thursday, so I kind of wanted to wait till we was going to be out anyway to go do something for my birthday. So I figured, if I'm gonna be
Right there,
out
the
Wednesday,
second one.
that's closer to my birthday, so we can go then, so we don't have to get out. We don't have to go, 3 days next week.
Says 1,000.
No, the way we did it earlier, it clearly stated 50 and no restrictions or no strikes against your account. Your account has to be verified. And it said it might take a while. The only difference between that and what I found earlier was this 1,000. And Doug has found that before as well. Let me see if I can find it.
I found it on a Google search.
Did it say 50 or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. What we found today showed that it was like going to take a lot of maybe 3 weeks or so. And I know I did it through the studio, but I don't remember where it was. So I told Alex what I would do is I'd just wait about another week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, even maybe the end of the month for that matter. And then, try again. And then if it doesn't go, contact support and see what they say.
They don't have it listed on their site.
That they do, I couldn't find it. And like I said, I don't remember how I did it earlier today. What I should have done is recorded it, but I didn't think about that. Because I can still stream with no problems. Now we have determined they're invoking you have to have 1,000 subscribers to live stream from your phone and then go public. And the way that's worded is they leave that up to themselves, them being YouTube, that says they may or may not enforce the 1,000 subscriber requirement. It's not a big deal. If I do something from the phone, I know I've got to go to the studio, make it public, and it'll publish it. So
When you say live, do you mean? I mean, basically every one of yours have been live for the most part, except the Da Vinci stuff,
sure.
and they're letting you do that, correct? Or is that
Yeah.
something different?
No, that's good. No.
All of the 10 or 15 game streams that I've done in the past, week or so, none of them have gotten a copyright violation, so that's good.
No, I mean you've met all the requirements.
I wouldn't expect them to get a copyright violation because if they do, I mean, why are they hating on me when thousands of people put up gaming content,
So Dragon just said he's live streaming right now on 3 new channels. So I asked him if that's from his phone or his tablet. Let's see what he says here in a second. Blackwatch is making fun with Tom K, making a joke about they had going last time they were together.
Oh,
So yeah, Gary, everything I do, if I do it from here, it's going to be public. If I do it from the phone, it defaults to private, and then I go go into the studio and publish it. It's not that big of a deal.
But I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I think I'm misunderstanding. I mean, I'm listening to everything you guys are saying, but is live on your phone or is live doing it live? I mean,
live is
hearing-
doing it live.
I'll answer that
when
for
you're
you.
live on YouTube, it's
I'll
live
answer it.
right now. You're doing it right now.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do it right now. This is going to be titled Gary
No, but you're already doing live, aren't you?
Test. Yes.
So what do you need the phone for?
If I'm out and about and I see something I think is stream worthy, then I can grab the phone and do it. Or if I'm at like the Mall of America, or if I'm at the Indy 500 and I just want to stream from there.
See, I think you were misunderstanding. One of us is wrong. It could be me, but you're saying the phone makes it live. I'm saying what you're doing right now because it is live. What Blackwatch is commenting about is live.
We're saying we want to go
Right.
live. We're saying
Right,
we want to
so
go live
let-
from the. We're saying we want to go live from the phone or the tablet. We can
Right.
anybody can go live from their computer, regardless of how many subscribers they've got.
So
or-
Gary,
That phone's
Gary.
coming out with an IP.
Oh,
That phone
Gary.
will come out with an IP. How do they know it's not live? Go
Well,
ahead.
oh Gary, I want you to go to YouTube and go to my channel. Let me know when you've done that.
Hold on. I'm me. I got 23 windows.
You're fine. I'm going to have to put a disclaimer on this channel and say, for those of you that don't know, I'm a bit of a smartass 99% of the time.
No, that's fine.
Oh, you want it to be 100%? Fine, I can do that too.
No. I signed out earlier. As I said, it's one thing, so not.
No. So, are you on YouTube?
Yep, hold on. Gary Test.
Right. Now, I'm going to press the go live button.
Okay,
Now, you see me here. And
right.
you see me here.
Hold
Now
on.
you see if you click on go live, we've done this a few times. So right now I've got the camera facing me. You guys see I need to shave, and we can see the zoom over there. And if I reverse the camera there, then oh wow. So Gary needed to mute himself because I heard it. So there's my one monitor. There's my monitor. Why am I hearing that?
I didn't mute on this. Going back to it, I was
Okay. So if we're out and about and I see something, I can grab the phone, I can go live, and I can stream until the battery runs out. When I end this live stream by pressing the X, which I don't think this camera will pick it up, I hit the X. It'll say, are you sure you want to stop streaming? So I'm actually right now doing two streams, one from the PC and one from the phone. So I'll end the stream and I'll hit done. And that stream I just did will disappear and go to a private setting until I go into the
yeah, I mean, I under that totally.
Okay,
So
cool.
But the point I'm making is that except if there was, and there probably is someplace no BS for your phone, I wouldn't try to use it, but
No, that's strictly from the YouTube's software.
So when,
But
when
I don't
because when you're
understand.
live
I
on
think-
when you're live on your phone, you can only go you only if you're using YouTube, you can only go live with the camera. Like you can get like Ken discovered, he can go live with his webcam and his microphone without OBS through the computer.
can you try? Have you tried using your phone to see if you can go live,
Me?
Alex?
No, I cannot. It says I don't meet the eligibility
No,
requirements.
no. Stop. Have you tried it?
Yes, I have multiple
When?
times, and it still doesn't work. I figure I'm just gonna have to wait. You know, like Ken says, a week and a half or so before I.
Yeah, I didn't do it until last week or 2 weeks ago whenever it was brought up, and I attempted to do it and it miraculously worked. I had no idea I could do it. He meets all the requirements unless maybe he needs to be in the 60s for subscribers, I don't know. But Wild Dragon said he's doing 2 live streams on his phone right now, and he just created the account. Let me scroll back up here. The other day.
Why don't you try using your wife real quick and see if you can do that?
Do what, Gary?
Try using your wife. She said you.
I can guarantee you, my wife can't do it. She's got 1 subscriber, and you have to have 50 subscribers. I know she can't do it.
You said that whoever was on chat said he did it.
Right. Well, he has 90 subscribers, so he's eligible to do it.
Okay,
I know Lorna's phone won't do it. I mean, I'll go grab it.
I believe you. I don't understand.
I'll be right back.
I'll tell you, I have no clue why they have a difference though.
Now, borrow your phone a moment. You got 100%. Yeah, it's 100%. I just looked at it. It's 100%. Here we have the iPhone 13 mini that you got to be. Let me get rid of that background so it's not bothering me.
You have to be a mini to use it.
That's what she wanted. I would not got a mini, but so the iPhone 13 mini, pretty doggone little small phone. So I'm going to go to YouTube. She's logged in. If I wanted her to watch what's going on, I would scroll down there and find it, which I'm not too worried about that. But I'm going to hit the plus button to go live.
Okay. Now this is her.
This is on her phone. Yes, sir. This is not my phone. This
Not
is
your
her
signing.
phone. And she's already logged in. Not my login, her login. All her. Go live. Eligibility. Your channel does not meet our updated. Oh, now there's a new key to this. It has never said updated. Your channel does not meet our updated eligibility requirements.
Mine does all the time. That's what mine says.
Really?
It's that exact.
Well, that's because she has 1 subscriber, and that's me, and I only did that to make her feel good. So,
Okay. I don't understand what the difference of the phone makes. Tablet.
It doesn't. It makes a difference on how many subscribers you have and how long the algorithm for YouTube gets around to saying you can now do it from your phone.
And you could use the phone hooked up to your PC with the wireless that lets you do it, right? Probably.
If you do it the way I do it, if you download a separate app like that I run webcam or whatever, BH Ringer, showed Ken, you can show stuff from your phone camera over the Zoom over the live on the computer, but you can't actually live stream from your phone itself unless you have the correct amount of subscribers.
I'm going to help Gary out with that question in just a second. I'm just going to see how long. Could you guys hear, if I hold the phone up here, can you hear the stream coming across the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me take this back. Can't keep her without her phone. You are 100% charged. I'm logged in.
So I streamed like 3 times today, and my latest one was just over 2 hours.
Now, if I want to, let's see what my chart. I'm at 100%. So I take my phone. I'm going to close everything out. I'm going to open up the app on my phone to use the phone. Instead of using the C170, I'm going to use this phone as soon as it connects. So I don't understand that. Sometimes it like instantly connects. Sometimes it.
You
I have to go
connect
in
into your computer?
the Wi-Fi system, yeah.
Where'd you download that app from?
The App Store or the Google Play Store if you're on an Android phone. It's also there.
Yeah, it says to download.
Oh, I know what it is. My
Streamlabs.
bad. Hold on. I forgot. I gotta go desktop
Yeah, I
setting.
had to download. Ken says he didn't have to, but I had to download an app on my computer and the app on my phone to be able to make it work.
So you're just hooking to your Wi-Fi system. You're not connecting to the computer directly on the Bluetooth or something like that.
No,
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm
no,
gonna.
you
I'm
connected
going.
to. Uh, what it is, the phone is connected, or my phone and tablet is connected to my Wi-Fi. So it does it over the Wi-Fi, and the phone or tablet can then, once you open the app up on the computer, the phone or tablet can then detects that, and it automatically connects to the feed
A little
from
bit
your
of dinner.
camera.
So you should be seeing on the YouTube stream the C170 up here, me holding my phone, and the picture from the phone over Gary's icon.
Yep.
Okay, so watch this magic. I'm going to use my phone as, well, that should have switched. It froze. Why did it freeze? Still working. Huh. That's never done that before. So click on that. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm doing it live. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yes.
Yes. And see
That's-
you on the C170.
I'm frozen though. Am I not frozen over here on the YouTube stream and the Zoom stream?
Yes.
Yes.
Frozen on YouTube. Let me check Zoom.
Yeah, on
Yes,
both
you
of
were
them.
frozen
Yep.
on Zoom.
Okay, so hold on. Let's go check this out. Go back to there. Okay, now I'm back to that camera, which is a C170. This one was working. Let me go over here. Connected to iPhone. I'm going to close that out. I don't think that was the issue. Now I'm going to go back over here. And it froze the camera again. Now that hasn't happened. I don't know what's causing that. And I'll almost go out on a limb here. If I change the microphone to my...
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
You can still hear me, but you can't see me because this is goofy. Usually it works like a charm. Do
It's
I,
not
Gary?
catching- It's not catching a new live stream. It doesn't look like.
Okay, so now the camera's back and you guys can still hear me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we're hearing you through Zoom though. Oh, you got yourself muted.
And you should be hearing me through Zoom because that's the only ones I'm manipulating. Let me, now you can't see it, but I know you can't see that. I'm not going to go do another live stream just to show you this, but what I do want to figure out is put that right there. I got to figure out because it's never done that. I'm going to put it back all
to the camera up there. So you can hear me, you can see me, I'm moving, we're good to go there. Now I'm going to go back to this camera and it freezes. Why is it freezing? All right, tech world, tech minds, what's going on?
Trying to swap cameras.
I've done it last week. I did it all the time. I only stopped using it because I'm waiting on the tripod and the little thing to hold the camera onto the tripod to get here. I don't think this has anything to do with it because that's not doing anything. No, it's not connected to OBS. Got nothing to lose by restarting this.
So you're trying to swap cameras for Zoom specifically.
Correct. Okay, now I'm back to the C170 and oh, wait a minute. I think it does switch. It's just not because it looked like that was a little bit better. Let me restart that and then go over here and then go right there. I'm going to change the camera. Okay, camera's off. I'm going to change it to the iRun or whatever.
There you go.
It's frozen. But that's weird.
Does it freeze when I switch cameras on my to my tablet or anything?
I haven't noticed that it had. I wonder if it needs updated.
Maybe it's just your Maybe it's just your Wi-Fi in your house. You keep saying that your Wi-Fi is not good.
Wi-Fi is not good, but it worked last week and worked just fine. Ken is determined to break one last thing today. Yes, I am, Black Watch. Yes, I am. My goal of the day. Sleep all day and then break something, doggone it. I think that's our way of life, is it not? All right, I'm going to try something here. IURN. That's crazy. Here. You know what it is? It's the YouTube world telling me I need to get a C920C or C920, whatever it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
I would like to find and connect to your device. Sure. Like to use your webcam? Sure. Like to use the microphone? No.